Hello everybody, NeroX back again for another YouTube video. And if there's one thing that's important in any medium of entertainment, it's atmosphere. Movies and video games spend a lot of time having to build atmosphere. Horror films and horror games as well build dread and a little bit of that uncomfortable feeling right before the big scare payoff. You know that feeling in a horror when you're watching a horror movie and something just doesn't feel quite right? Before that one guy in the theater shouts, "Don't go in there!" and screws it up for everyone. Anyway, and action films do the same thing, only using atmosphere to build drama right before the big climactic showdown between the hero and the villain. And a great tool for creating atmosphere in any medium is music. But what pieces create great moods as well as fit scenes the best? That's a debate that'll probably never end, but I'm going to rank my top 10 favorites. If you have your own top 10 favorite movie themes or pieces that help set moods, feel free to leave them in the comments below, but don't bash me for mine. With that being said, number 10 goes to Can You Feel the Love Tonight by The Lion King. Yeah, I know, I'm cheating. This song wasn't originally written for The Lion King, at least I don't think it was. But this song is great. In fact, the Lion King soundtrack is actually one of Disney's better soundtracks. From the epic opening of The Circle of Life to the funny, laid-back tones of Hakuna Matata, Can You Feel the Love Tonight simply fits its scene perfectly, i.e. the scene where clearly Simba and Nala are totally doing it. They are totally doing it. I just ruined your childhood. Seriously, watch that movie again and pay attention to the look on Nala's face in that scene. Anyway, Can You Feel the Love Tonight may sound like a cheesy love song because, well, it is, but it doesn't come off like that. Does that make any sense? Never mind. Let's move on. My number 9 spot goes to This Is Halloween from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, at the risk of further offending any fans of that movie out there by not making this song number 1, don't get me wrong, I love this song, I love that movie, and I love Danny Elfman. And I love Danny Elfman's style of writing. In fact, he can get more bounce out of a minor key composition than most people can get out of a tire. Seriously, hearing some of the songs he's written, you wouldn't believe that a majority of them are in minor keys or are intended for darker movies. But let's move on. Let's move on past that one. Number 8, You've Never Had a Friend Like Me, Aladdin. Am I the only person that really thinks this soundtrack is underrated? I mean, seriously, of all the great Disney soundtracks, The Lion King, well, now Star Wars, more on that later, but Aladdin often seems to be forgotten, at least in my opinion. But You've Never Had a Friend Like Me not only was written for Robin Williams, but is a great song. Seriously, Aladdin has a really good soundtrack. People, go listen to this stuff. But I digress. Anyway, speaking of another Disney-owned property, Star Wars. Okay, I'd probably be crazy to not include one of these include Star Wars on this list, but seriously, these soundtracks were phenomenal. John Williams knocked it right out of the park on the Star Wars soundtracks. From the awesomeness of the opening theme to the Imperial March that signals it's about to go down. Star Wars deserves its spot on this list. And number 6, the Halloween theme. Not Nightmare Before Christmas Halloween, the one from the Halloween movies with Michael Myers. Remember what I said earlier about building atmosphere? If this song doesn't make you immediately think something creepy is about to go down or something messed up is about to go down, you, sir or ma'am or intermediate, need help. Wow. This song does a perfect job of creeping you the heck out before even any of the killing is started in any of the Halloween movies. In fact, there are even great remixes of it. That's how you know a song is great. It can be great as an original piece as well as a remix. Now moving on to number 5, The Dark Knight Trilogy and Superman. I'm cheating a bit by tying these two up, but The Dark Knight Trilogy does have a great theme, and while in my opinion it isn't as good as Danny Elfman's main theme for the 1989 Batman movie, this theme is a bit more, bombastic, I think is the right word for it. And the same thing can be said of the Superman theme. The Superman theme does a great job in instilling positive vibes and feeling that the hero will somehow, against all odds, win the day. which is how the WWE continues to book John Cena, but I digress. And number 4, Indiana Jones. Speaking of that triumph against all odds John Cena thing, Indiana Jones, I mean, who doesn't know the Indiana Jones theme song? Seriously, show me one person that doesn't know that theme song, and I'll show you someone who is lying through their teeth. Moving on, we have the spaghetti western classic, the theme to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly by Ennio Morricone. This song has become the standard for all great spaghetti western themes, and with good reason. It's a classic. I mean, from that opening, wah, 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 you already know you're about to see some great acting from Clint Eastwood. Pre-Talking to Chairs Clint Eastwood at that. And moving on, we have, at my number 2 spot, the main theme from Terminator 2 Judgment Day, tied with He's a Pirate, from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Both of these 2 pieces do a great job of setting a mood, but 2 entirely different moods. But 2 entirely different moods. The Terminator 2 main theme, from its percussive do-dum, dum, do-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-bum, da-dun, dun, da-dun, da-dun, dun, da-dun. Seriously, that is so intense, it's not even funny. It does a perfect job of getting you ready for the intense action of the Terminator series of films. And He's a Pirate, from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, does a perfect job of making you feel like an 8-year-old kid with an eye patch, a bandana, and a sword, and an excessive need to say the word swashbuckling. I mean, seriously, that's got to be one of the most fun words to say out there. Swashbuckling. Swashbuckling. No? No. Sorry. Okay, I'll stop now. And finally, my number 1 piece has to go to Batman, 1989, by Danny Elfman. What can be said about this theme that isn't already said?